Hey MVPs, Rico Knows here. I'm going to be talking to you guys about the main event for UFC Fight Night in the Apex. We're back in the small octagon, and we got Tatsuro Taira, 16-1. He's coming off of a loss, and it's been a long layoff, but he's coming off of a loss in a main event against Brandon Royval. And then you have HyunSung Park. He just fought Carlos Hernandez not too long ago. We'll talk about it. So let's start with Tatsuro Taira, right? Tatsuro Taira here. Everybody's high on this young man. He was undefeated up until this last loss. Full disclosure, I did pick Brandon Royval to win that fight for the MVP. Shout out to them back in October. I just told you it's too much of a jump for this guy. This guy is a prospect. He's really good, but he's fighting. These are absolutely nobodies. Like, really? These are all early prelim guys, and then you go fight the guy on the poster. That doesn't make sense to me, right? As from a capper, from somebody who sits here and picks these fights, I just look at it and I go, oh, this is terrible. Like, you got a fast pass. You ever been to the amusement parks? And they're like, hey, you want to cut the line? Yeah, this guy went and cut the line to go fight one of the best fighters in the world. And I don't think it was warranted. I think he's just another good prospect who's beating people. Now, how does he win? He wins with wrestling. Don't believe the TKO stuff. None of that is real. He's a grappler, but he's a wrestler. And it's a lot of pressure wrestling. And he just latches onto you. He's a backpack type of dude. And that's the recipe for success lately. And in a small octagon, it makes sense. You go out there and wrestle, you get the takedowns, and you win the fight. Now, this is a 25-minute fight because it's the main event. We just saw him go 25 minutes, and he did just fine. Now, that's not a split decision victory. I want to be very clear. He should have just lost it unanimously. There's no split decision there. Whoever the judges are, and that's the issue, right? If we're going to judges, it's a problem. Whoever the judges are, they're ridiculous for even doing that, okay? Shout out to them. And then on the other side, he's fighting HyunSung Park. HyunSung Park. The dude is hung, right? So look, man, I'm going to give it to you guys straight. If you go to the Patreon and you go into our homepage, we have on the homepage, you can select, I'm going to go back just so you can see it, okay? I don't know, 1122 is where it's at. You can select the different collections. And you can select the different collections. And one of the collections, almost like playlists, one of the collections is the results shows. And this has 84 episodes. We keep track of everything we've ever done, all our results. And in this particular one, if you go back, I actually combined 2 episodes in here. I was on vacation the week prior. Don't worry about that. But if you go over here and you click on this, you can see UFC Fight Night, and it's going to be Burns Morales. Now, if I remember correctly, I was at the, one second here. I was at the 11:22. Yeah, 11:22 mark. Bear with me. I want to show you. And the reason we keep these results shows is not to look at how all of our bets did. That's not what it's for. It is to always keep a fresh recollection of what we thought of these fighters the last time they were in the cage. Because it's easy for me to just go like this, look, and be like, oh yeah, I remember what happened in this fight. This is what he did. This is what he did. No, I have to actually, the result shows are recorded 20 minutes after the last fight. Sometimes I do them 2 in the morning, right after the card, right? I'm on the East Coast. But when you look in here and you see HyunSung Park and this last fight with Carlos Hernandez, I want you to see what I had to say about him after that fight. So let me go ahead and control scroll this, and let me just be quiet, and let's hit play. Let's talk about one of the most impressive performances I saw all night on the card. HyunSung Park, undefeated HyunSung Park, went out there and straight bullied Carlos Hernandez. First and foremost, they did not look like they were in the same weight class. And they both made weight. They didn't look like they were equivalent in any way, shape, or form. I'm talking about HyunSung Park was a monster. He's great wrestling. Got the cauliflower ears going. I believe him. Great wrestling. Great takedowns. Control the fight. Whatever. But what really happened here is Carlos Hernandez got kicked in the body. And it did not. He never recovered from it. There was a body shot. He never recovered from it. He tried to give a poker face and all this stuff. No, he was hurt. And then he had a lot of quit in him. And this was over in the first round. Not a close fight. Carlos Hernandez is known as being a tough guy who can put up a fight and go out there and work. Nah. HyunSung Park, that dude's something else. He's a complete fighter. I saw no weak points. I'm interested to see who they pair him up with next and what kind of odds we get. Because these odds, this dude should have been a minus 500 favorite the way he looked in the cage. That's what he looked like, minus 500. So the last time we saw this young man in the cage, he looked like a minus 500 fighter is what I said. And obviously that was against inferior competition in Carlos Hernandez, who, by the way, Tatsuro Taira actually TKO'd him in the second round, Carlos Hernandez. So these are Carlos Hernandez's dads, right? There's 2 dads. He's got 2 dads. They're in a relationship. Anyways, so HyunSung Park, for me, looks like an incredible prospect. He's extremely strong. and he's a Korean fighter. You don't know. If you don't know, I lived in Korea. If you don't know, Koreans don't like Japanese people. They don't. There's an issue there. Okay, and I think these two are gonna have some banging out to do. Now, how do I think this fight's gonna go? I can't show you the full fight card because I'm giving away this pick for free. I give away all the main events for free. By the way, if you didn't know, I am 19-5. Is that right? Like 19-5 in main events this year? I don't remember. It's something like that. 19-5 in main events so far in 2025. So it's the two best fighters on the card typically, and I have to pick one of them, and I just do it money line. I don't talk about the ROI. That's your business. I'm not concerned with how many units you do on certain things. We have all that on the actual fight card, and I'm not pulling that up for this video. I will do one for the MVPs on Patreon, on YouTube, and they'll be able to see the different parlays, props, methods, everything that I believe in. But in this particular fight, if we go to the sportsbook here and you look, it has Tatsuro a minus 370 favorite. I want you to know that I think that is extremely disrespectful. The idea here is he's going to come out and grapple, eventually get the win either by submission or by points, okay? But that minus 370 is just way too big. It didn't open that large. Money has pushed it that wide. When it initially came out, I think it was in the 250 range, and people just keep parlaying it like crazy. I think it's a safe parlay if you want to do it. I'm not on it like that. Okay, I'm not. I'm in an EV world right now. Personally, I'm in an EV world, meaning expected value. I fully expect HyunSung Park, however you want to say his name, I fully expect Park to be a dog out there. I think he's extremely strong, physically imposing, and he's a good fighter. He has no weak points. If I look at Taira, he's not a real striker. Park is. And I think that Park's a complete fighter. Now, he was preparing for a 3-round fight versus a 5-round fight. But I don't care what you're preparing for. You know, as a senior leader in the Army, I used to take my guys out for runs. They're all getting ready for a 2-mile PT test. They do a physical fitness test, and they got to run 2 miles. You know, some mornings I'll take them on a run, and it'll be 3 miles. And then another morning I'll take them on a 5-mile run. You know who can make it 5 miles? The dudes who are dogs, man. The dudes who can run. The dudes with heart. They're just there. They're in shape and they're ready to go. It doesn't matter if it's 3 rounds or 5 rounds. Do you got it or not? Is it within you or not? And I think Park's just a gangster. Now, I understand. The idea here is Taira's going to put too much pressure on this guy in that small octagon. I'm with it, man. I'm on Park. As an underdog, I'm on Park. And I have this selected up here. I'm not here to flip-flop or anything to contradict myself. This is a value bet. And I have 3 colors on my chart if you aren't aware. Shout out to the MVPs. A green means it's a lock, a black is a lean, and then a purple is a value bet. If I'm taking an underdog at plus 265, I don't need to get fancy. I don't need to guess the method at that point. I'm good right where it's at. I like plus 265. That works for me. But if I was to take the lean in this fight, because there's no lock here. I'm not on the lock like that. You can be. And you want to take that minus 370 and rock with it. Go make a bunch of legs, bro. I don't like anything with multiple legs. I got 2 legs. You got 3 legs, you're not getting this in this house. I'm just letting you know. I don't trust anything with 3 legs. I can't think of a single living thing in this world with 3 legs that I'm cool with. Right? Nope, no tripods. No, I'm good. So 2 legs here. And if you're looking at Tatsuro, a lot of people will tell you go parlay with a bunch of stuff because he's a safe bet to take. He's going to win this fight. He's supposed to win this fight. But I just ask you, like, what makes him so great? What makes you so confident in him to say I'm going to parlay him with a bunch of other fighters? I haven't seen enough from him. Rico, you've seen him in 7 fights, 8 fights. Yeah, man. And all I see is the same thing. You go out there, you pressure wrestle, and you either break him or you don't. I just look at this boy Park, and I'm like, put some respect on an undefeated fighter's name. Oh, Rico, he's undefeated, but he hasn't fought nobody. I don't give a shit who he fights. I know undefeated fighters when I see them. I know a dog when I see it. You don't got to be in the NFL to tell when somebody's fast. You can see a dude running light pole to light pole and go, yo, that's a 4.40. Oh, but he ain't done it nowhere else. He did. What are you talking about? The skill is there regardless. The skill is there, bro. I like Park. He's just bigger, stronger. He's a dog. I'm with it. And I know he hasn't fought the level of competition. I'm good. I'll take him at plus 265. Do you, boo-boo. Do you. And listen, if you want to take Taira, do not take that 370. No, he's either going to win by submission or points. He's either going to win by submission or points if you think he's beating this undefeated man. It's right there at -200. It's a much better parlay for yourself. It's an SGP, right? Same game parlay thing. You can parlay it with something else, that -200. -200 is better than -370 if you didn't know math. Nonetheless, I'm Rico Knows. I pick fights for a living. And shout out to all the MVPs. They know what's up. Your friends don't know, but Rico knows. Peace, y'all.